why don't you tell us about how you are was first?
So uh, it's been pretty good. I can one thing I can say is that competition has been very good. Um, and I've had some connectivity issues earlier in the season, but when I first joined, that kind of limited my ability to finish well in some of these races. So to get a win was kind of surprising, but also very rewarding.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely fared well for that race. Seems to have put a lot of work. You'll continue that. So let's dive into that race. Gateway. Is it one of your best?
Actually, when I first started practicing, I considered it one of my worst. So it was definitely a learning adjustment. Um, I really had only started. I do a lot of other racing on Xbox, a lot of road courses like F1 and that kind of thing. So I wasn't really used to NASCAR and draft as much. I do multiplayer races here and there. So definitely was a little bit of a learning curve. I practiced a lot for that race because I also run another league and it was the same racetrack. Actually, fun fact, I actually thought we were running at uh, the or Watkins Glen instead, and so I was practicing there too. But it ended up being Gateway, which was good because I had a lot of practice there.
A little bit, probably a little bit of.
Oh yeah.
So you are new to the Winston Cup, so take this little opportunity. You're a new face to a lot of people. So tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe some of your favorite tracks and your worst tracks. Obviously, Gateway might be one of them anymore.
Um. Oh, sorry. Wait, was that question to me?
So you're a little new to the Winston Cup community, so definitely face and a lot of people are dying to get to know you and you kind of stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe some of your favorite tracks, worst things?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I could barely hear you there. But so some of my favorite tracks, I like a lot of road courses because, like I said, that's my background. Um, uh, I do like Bristol is one of my favorite short tracks. Indy's going to be a challenge tonight. Um, Definitely, one of the trickier super speedway-esque tracks. Um, so we'll see how well I do there. But I honestly consider short tracks to be a little bit of my worst suit as far as tracks goes.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely valuable talent.
it takes a lot of practice. I'll give you that much. It takes a lot of practice to actually do well at them, but I like the challenge.
Right. Well, thank you. On to our team. Been as pretty got to see a lot of changes, faces going. So why don't
Yeah, it's been a fun ride. Everybody in here, first of all, I know all of you. Nice to talk to you. I don't know Zachary that well, but I've talked to him a few times. It's nice to hear from him. Nice to hear his standpoint on a few things. But yeah, we kind of as a league, for as long as I've been there, we kind of started, obviously, as most leagues do, at rock bottom, just built from the ground up, got our name out there, kind of did some advertising. We've had a few people come and go, but the ones that are still here, which are quite a few, are the ones that definitely were supposed to be here and have stuck with it. And love having you guys. That's always awesome. Growth is awesome. That's what it's about. We want to make a good name for our league, and want everybody to feel welcomed here. And I think we do a pretty good job at that. Not only do we, race hard and competitive, but outside of that, we're more than just racers. We like talking. We like talking about daily life stuff, and we mess with each other and cut up with each other. And I'm pretty close with quite a few guys in the league outside of just races. So that's been beneficiary to this league. It's not just, hey, you come in here once a week or twice a week and race for an hour and then you're done for the week. No, it's not just that. It's more of a family. It is, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody.
Absolutely. I think
For sure.
from league. So, talk about your
Hmm.
uh, uh, so, tell us some of the
Okay, well, yeah, season's been up and down. Almost every race that we've been able to compete and finish in, we've been pretty competitive. Had speed at most races. Obviously went through some difficult times for the past 2 months or so. Had some you know personal problems going on outside of racing. Kind of messed with our head and got us off track. And the other day we were just, I mean, I knew what we needed. I was going to give it all I had, and I did. I was proud of it. Thankful for even being in that position. So that was great. But I'm gonna have to say, I think favorite race of the season, just because of the race itself, was probably the Xfinity race when we moved Mikey out of the way and turned four for the win. It just that was one of my best moments. It was got him back, and that was kind of when he was on his high horse, and I think it was I think it had been a couple weeks since we had won a race, so kind of off our game, and I wasn't gonna let that one get away. But yeah, every race has been fun. Some of them are frustrating for individually, but every race has been fun with everyone. Obviously, there's probably 60% of the year, week in and week out, it was Team Swish versus Mr. Soft Job. That's what it was. That was the battle, pretty much week in and week out, and that was fun. That's always been fun. I'm really hoping that's what it's going to be Monday night. I truly believe that's what it will be. Yeah, obviously you got Sparkly and Jared to worry about too, but I think at the end of the race, I think it's going to come down to me and him, and I hope it does. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So we're ready. We're excited.
glad it's back. I know I missed you,
Hmm. Big time.
but glad it's out. Even if you're on the season, a couple people partying.
Hmm.
Shout out to the whole league.
Oh, that's the thing. It wasn't just about yeah, obviously that was the main part about advancing to the championship four, but that was the first race in a long time I've been able to enjoy. You know what I mean by that. And my mind was off of everything, and it was just focused on that night alone, and it was just so fun, and everything just went well, and we got our confidence back right when we needed it. So.
Well, let's talk about definitely showed it. How did you
Well, the way I prepared is, and I think this goes a long way. You got to get on people's. You got to be friends with everybody out there. You got to be on people's good sides, and you got to have respect and be respected. And I believe we've done that throughout the season. And everybody was racing me so clean. And leading up to that race, for the last few days or last week or so, everybody knew. Everybody in the league knew what was on the line and who was going for it. And throughout the week, I contacted some of the guys and was like, "Hey, obviously, you know what I'm racing for. I wish you the best, and I hope to be race clear on the track." And they respect me. Everybody respects me. I actually talked to you and a couple of the guys I talked to both the other guys that were locked in, and they were right there with me. They were, where whatever if you're around us, and we're not gonna race you hard, we're not gonna hurt your chances. And they were the same way with the other guys fighting for it also. But that's just part of it, being respected. And no, I don't feel like anybody had anything against me, or any wanted any revenge or anything coming in the race. So that was pressure relieved already. So I kind of felt like, anyways, to begin with, coming into the race, it was really me against. I mean, I knew I had to win, but I really felt like it was me against Mikey and Merkel, because I felt like it was going to be one of us three to win the race, because everybody else was kind of letting us do our own thing. But yeah, it means a lot, obviously. Now we're completely looking forward to next week. If we wouldn't have made it, we would have been bummed out and not as excited. But we love Indy, completely love Indy. Big fast track, right up my alley. Uh, Definitely already been practicing there. Don't really have any secrets. Don't really have any setups. I truly believe just my style of racing, almost at every track is a little bit different from everybody's. And everybody's always like, why does this guy, why does he take the turns the way he does? Why does he enter high? Well, I mean, every track that's mile and a half, which is our strongest, or anything bigger than that, we enter high in the turns mostly, and you know, gas it right through, right after we enter, and we can hold it the bottom more than most people. And I think the car wins safe for themselves. I'm just got a different style of racing, and I don't try to run as hard as I can for the first stage or two. A lot of times I don't care to lay back and just watch. I like watching other people's lines. I like listening to their strategies, and trying to, size them up. And that's why most of the time during the race we're quiet. All you'll hear from me maybe is inside, outside, or on the pit. That's about all you hear.
yeah, as far
Hmm.
as enjoying it? And imagine how half of like wins
Yeah.
rising there. Yeah, you definitely luck on.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
Let's move on. Has done really well in this league. Started off a little slow, and rest probably more than most people, to the point where 5 or 6 weeks finishing in the top five every time. And we talked to him numerous times, and the word was, a win is coming. Well, it did. Uh, Last year in the Xfinity cars, and it finally came. So, Little Uzi, how did that win feel for you?
this felt like a big relief, a lot of pressure that just was off from a whole season of just looking for a win. And I just feel like that it came way too late. I said it whenever at the post race interview. It was just I felt like I should have got it earlier, and I wish I got it earlier. But I know that it's all that talk about getting wins in the past now, and obviously getting into the final four for Xfinity. I don't think anybody expected that from us, but I want to go and take the championship. That's all I'm worried about at this point. But the race was just itself. To get that first one it wasn't one where I thought we had the fastest car or a winning car. I knew we were going to be up there because Texas is one of my better tracks. And we had run well there in the Cup Series where I thought, that might have been the race because we were leading late there and just had some trouble. But, as the race progressed, I feel like we really got lucky finally this season in a race. And I know that a lot of accidents happened that night. I know Jared was involved in one coming down the pits. Slide job, you were involved in one, I think, battling for the lead with Mikey, and with about 4 to go, Mikey had a problem. I'm not sure. I guess he spun out of turn 2. I think he hit the apron, and sometimes the apron will bite you and spin you around, so that's probably what happened. And when I got the lead, I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's finally going to happen, and we're going to win. And most importantly, obviously, like I said, we went to the Final Four with that win, which we were already up by a good gap anyways, so I'm just happy to get it.
Yeah, definitely kind of the way to win. I know you say it came too late, but as far as the Xfinity playoffs are concerned, it was, the right time because, you weren't really in a spot that you may have not pointed your way in. It's possible, but you definitely were able to secure that and make sure that you can move on. So sometimes the playoffs is the right time. You on some other races, but kudos to you for persevering and not really there. So let's just go to that Texas race one more time. So how did you prepare for that race, and when was the moment that you really felt that you won? Was it when Mikey had the incident? Was it when you crossed the finish line, or was it way after that it really kind of came for you?
Well, I feel like when I just the preparation before the race, I didn't really have much, but I just knew from experience that it would be good because I had just gotten off the boat that day, so I just got home in time to really be there for the race, and I didn't run a lap of practice or anything. I just hopped into qualifying and then qualified second for it, and I messed up on my lap. So right then and there, I knew we were gonna be fast. But one thing that I've learned throughout this league, and I've seen it happen to other people, and I've had it happen to myself, and I just know throughout my time in racing that you never sit there and say before the race ends that wow, we won the race, because then you know you could crash, caution could happen, anything. So I was just like, it might happen here, but I'm just gonna not get my hopes up. So once we finally crossed the finish line, I was like, we got it. It finally happened. So because I just think that my outlook on racing in any point is that anything can happen at any time. So I try to keep myself to that standard at all times.
We've definitely seen that this year. I had the heartbreaker at New Hampshire. Sparkley had the heartbreaker. I was watching them in the room. So I know even Swiss, you had one that Pocono was up here. So no point in time during the race. If you cross that finish line, is the race going so definitely a lesson to all the moving up the sides and really those competitions where they have. On the flip side, I guess let's talk to Liberty, because he was on the other side of that coin last weekend at Sunday Cup at Martinsville. Felt a little bit close, may not us a little bit that?
Yeah, coming in, it was definitely, I knew it was going to be tough. It was only -5, but with the level of competition it is and how good everyone is, you know you have to be on your A game and you got to bring everything you got to, if not win the event, you got to get every point you possibly can, and that's what I won in with that mentality and qualified fourth, which was good, and got shuffled back a little at the beginning, and it wasn't too bad because the people I was contending with, they were right behind me, and the stage end came, finished in front of them, and then second stage end came, I did the same thing, finished in front of them. So I knew I gained a couple points. I wasn't really sure how much, but I knew it was going to be close. Into the third and final stage, me and Joey Devil, we were battling for the lucky dog position right before a caution came out. I just passed him a lap or two before I was able to get the little lucky dog, which was good in the end of the stage because I was able to pass the other two contenders on track and came home in P2 and find out that I had made it in 1 point above. So it was really exciting and a big relief for sure. Definitely not something I expected at all.
So here's a question. Oh, left after the race, tried to go.
I had no idea. I knew cheese was good at Martinsville, and I found myself running him down there late into the run. And as much as I didn't want to, I was just so much quicker. I gave him a little bump and run, and right after that, I was able to pull away from him and didn't have to worry about him getting me back. So
What a crazy second time. Cut off. Divided by one. Definitely very close there. Shout out to Jersey. So before we got to talk about your regular playoffs over.
I honestly, in the beginning, due to the circumstances, I was a dark horse from the beginning. I wasn't supposed to be in, but I made it in, and then from that right then on, I took the opportunity and made the most of it. And the first round, I didn't have too much to worry about, and the second round was a little. There were some moments, but again, didn't have to worry too much about. But this last round was definitely hard, just because I knew the competition level was up there. These people, the top six, these guys are running in the top 5 every week and finishing there. So I knew the gap, I believe, in the beginning was 17 I was behind. I knew that doesn't seem like a lot, but in the round of 6, it's a lot to make up. And I was very surprised to make up that deficit.
Come back. So, yeah, last one. How did you keep out all these rounds? Right, I made the next.
It's just something you gotta take race by race. You gotta not get too much out of your equipment and not make any costly mistakes, and you gotta have perfect races, because that's what I had to have in Martinsville to make it to the championship round. I think Martinsville was the first race in a while in the playoffs that I had no mistakes. I wasn't involved in many wrecks. I kept my truck clean and kept it up front as much as I possibly could. And I definitely still am the dark horse going into this final race, because if you look at the final 4 contenders, they've all have won in the Truck Series this season, and I'm the only one that hasn't. And I'm even a little short on playoff points. I believe I only scored one, and it was a week or two ago.
Yeah, you won this. Talk about this driver so probably of any season. I think you doesn't matter. Or grab stage points. Well, even if you definitely showed.
You've got to be very consistent, especially if you're wanting to race for a championship.
Let's go back. Where's the part? So going into the final, copy that. Tell us what's going on.
I'm excited for ISM. I really like the track. I don't believe I've raced in the trucks in it before, so that's going to be my test, how quick I can adapt to the truck and be able to maintain the speed. I feel like that's where I've lacked and why I haven't been able to get the win in the truck series is I lack that speed towards the end of the race, or I just don't have enough. So definitely got some fast competitors for sure. I definitely believe the championship four will definitely be in the top four most of the race. But it's ISM is a tricky track. Those tires wear from that hot slick surface, and it's gonna be a big strategy game, I believe. And as long as I play that strategy right, I believe I can see myself winning that championship.
So, you haven't been driver. You haven't there because they're well, which I know. So, talk for all the tonight to try. Plus, out of Indy.
Tonight for sure, I think in India I just need to have a clean race like I have been. Just make sure I stay up there, get them stage points. I would have been locked in, but I had some issues myself last race and retired a little early. So as long as I can keep my nose clean, got to keep the car clean, don't make any mistakes, got to have a clean race just like Martinsville. And I definitely will. I feel I can see myself in the championship for Xfinity, and which will make me really excited because again, going to ISM for that championship race, and I love ISM. With the Xfinity cars, I definitely think I have a really good shot. I love the just speed and always figure out how to get a nice long run car there. So something not a whole lot of people think about. They like that short run speed, but they like to forget those tires are going to be the real difference maker in the end.
More of that. Did it.
First of all, real quick, I want to say that Liver guy. Let's hope he's not in Cup next year because he's pretty competitive. Race with them quite a bit, but that's enjoyable. But I think it's gonna be like Michigan. I really do. I think it's gonna be a lot of green flag racing. And I really think it could play out on pit strategy again. We're sometimes we're pretty stupid with pit strategy, and sometimes we nail it on the head. I don't know. I can't say we're good or bad with it, but I think it's gonna be kind of about clean air and I mean obviously staying out of trouble. Like I said, yeah, we're really good at that track, but I don't see us having really. I mean, if we have any advantage over the other three guys, it's very small. I feel like. I think it's up for grabs. I think it's 25% down the middle every way. I think 25% chance for all four of us. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on one or the other. I can't lie. I'm nervous. It's not gonna make or break me whether we win or lose. I love this place. I will definitely be back next season. Um, so it'd be nice to win it, obviously. If not, I'm gonna be super happy for whoever else. But I can definitely say we're gonna give it our best shot. Should definitely not have any electrical problems this time around. We figured that out. So uh, obviously there's more on the line Monday night than there has been all year. But I think we're just going to take it how we took last race, which was, I mean, it's an elimination race. Give it all we got. I don't intend on wrecking anyone. I don't think I've ever purposely wrecked anybody, not even out of anger. But, you know, nobody knows what the last lap's going to be like. But I believe if you're in second and you got a chance to win, I think anybody's going to do the same thing that I would do or anybody else would do to win the championship. I'm not going to intentionally wreck anybody, but I will move somebody. And if somebody's behind me, they're going to try to move me. I fully expect that. So we'll see. Mhm. I might be kind of done for in that situation because I think Chevy's going to be Ford's power down the backstretch any day. But I'm not gonna. I don't know. I know I would never score anybody and run them down the track or run them up the track. If I'm side by side, coming out last turn, I'm just gonna. I mean, rubbing's racing. Nothing more to it. Not gonna do anything. You know, outside of that, not gonna do anything excessive. Um, I think if I'm side by side with anyone, I'm gonna get kind of side drafted anyway. So. Hey, it'd just be a battle to the line, and may the best car win, I guess, after that. But I hope it does come to that. At least if we're in first, we do pretty well under pressure. I've figured that out. I've been in a lot of close races, and I think I've won most of them that I've been close in. I don't recall ever getting maybe once. I don't remember, but I don't remember ever getting moved out of the way on the last lap for the win. So. Hopefully we can be far out enough to not be in that scenario. It's tricky. I haven't raced a lot in Indy lately, so definitely need to get some more practice in. I've been doing a lot of individual stuff, but I need to get some practice races in to see what my competitors are going to be like. So we'll see. And it's going to be a long race, a long race. So. Whew, that's gonna be a challenge too for all of us. None of us have done that all year. So, oh yeah, big time. hey, I don't expect anything different than a close finish in this league. So
All right.
Honestly, I'm just trying to finish as best as I can. Um, I Indy's going to be a little bit more difficult for me. I haven't done a lot of practice because I just actually got off, um, or I just had another league race last night, so I didn't have a lot of practice with this. But it should be fun. It should be interesting. I'm excited for it. I think that there's going to be a lot of racing happening all across the track. I think you're going to have, packs of 3 cars, maybe even as much as 5, fighting for one position. But I think there's going to be a caution here and there because Indianapolis is tight. It's a tight racetrack. It's very hard to even go too wide and still maintain. It's just going to be an interesting race. Um, ooh, so I think I have. Potentially at least a top 10 car at ISM. I haven't done too much practice at ISM, but I need to get down to setup, and that means is that I'm just gonna have to practice. So I think I'll do fine. I'm gonna stay out of these championship guys' ways um, as much as I can, but I'm still hungry for wins, definitely. Um, it just depends on the situation. I don't think right now. I don't think I would move anyone for the win, but obviously, if they have enough of a gap and you know uh, they're not at risk, I'm not going to just give it to them, I guess. But if they're all close together, then I'm not going to push the issue. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right. So
I'm looking for some good racing. It's like I said, this field is very competitive. It's very refreshing and nice to have people who are clean and also um, can compete very well. So I'm excited for this next upcoming league, and I think I'm interested to see how it all plays out. I'm not getting my hopes too high because like I said, this is my first couple races. I may have won one race, but that's not everything. So um, we'll see.
you're one of the guys locked in. You can any race. You know, tell us where your mindset
Well, my mindset for Indy is really just to be cautious and kind of just get used to the Xfinity car again, so that I'm fully prepared for whenever we go to Phoenix, and just honestly get practice to look at how Indy runs for the Cup Series, and hopefully have another win. Maybe I'm really looking for that. I want to get another win and cement myself as a good driver in this league. I don't want to just have one end up season.
What is your hopefully that second one is coming along the front, but this is your first win in the last?
Well, my approach is going to be just to really the first stage, kind of take it nice and cautiously, and just kind of assess how the race is going to run, how the car is going to run, and then as the race progresses, I'm going to continue to bring more aggressiveness into the race and try not to wreck my competitors, but I'm going to race them with as much power as I possibly can.
Well, interesting. Same question to you. What are you looking forward for the summer series?
Honestly, I'm just going to look to just have fun for the summer series and really send off this game the right way. Hopefully, get some more wins and just get ready for Heat 5, honestly.
No, very nice. How about Liberty? One question for you. I know the Swiss starting with the sun. How that's going to be.
Oh, I'm very excited. I've raced Cup Series before in some leagues, so I'm very competitive in that as well. Um, Looking forward to it, honestly. It's going to be a lot of fun getting in with most of the guys I run with in the Xfinity and Truck Series, and really see what I got. And, hopefully provide some good racing and get some good battles and hopefully some great finishes. And it's always an ultimate goal is to win, but I'm just hoping it's the first one's at a noble track. As much as I love winning road courses and stuff, but I'm really looking forward to that first oval win, regardless of the series.
So, learn. I know drivers to Cup Race Day in the final. Anything that you pick up and learn?
Yeah, cars definitely handle different for sure. A lot looser, a lot faster. So there's going to be a lot of adjusting and with all tracks. But other than that, there's some very competitive guys in there, and I definitely think I'll fit right in with the group, just like I've been with the rest of the series.
Really, I think a lot of all season. Some people in the KI. Congrats on making it.
Yeah, appreciate it for sure.
All right, sir. Same question to you. Whether but regardless.
I think I'm looking forward to having a new car number. No, I just think, obviously, like this past season has been a work in progress. There's been some bumps along the road. Not saying it hasn't went smooth, 'cause it's went very, very smooth, for our first full season together. And I just think there's only room to improve, and I'm excited to see what kind of steps we can make in some areas that have been lacking in ways. But I really think that it's going to be next season's going to be a lot more competitive. I don't think wins are going to come as easy. I don't see us winning 6 or 7 races in one series next year. You know, it's going to be hard. You have to fight a lot more. I think by the time the next season starts, past the summer series, there's gonna be a lot more people too racing. Right now I'm just racing against a handful of guys, 10, 12, 16 people, whatever, week in and week out. Next year, probably looking at 25, 30, however many, up to 35 could be racing, and it's gonna be difficult. Something we're gonna have to get used to. Not really used to racing with that many people, but just gonna be an adjustment made for everybody. But it's gonna be exciting. Just makes for more fun, more close racing. I know I have faith in our leader, that leader of the league, that I know he won't let anybody in that doesn't deserve to be in, or that would cause problems. So that's the good thing about it. There's good racers out there that are wanting to be in leagues, and hopefully they'll end up here.
Doing a little bit like that, like the track program. Those two would be.
For sure. We're fast at most. I mean, I consider it fast at most short tracks, and we're even. I mean, I love Watkins Glen. Struggle at Sonoma, struggle at the Roval. We're pretty fast at Watkins Glen, but it's not that It's not that we don't. It's not that we struggle. With the track, we struggle finding the speed. The braking points, the shifting points, what gear to be in, stuff like that for road courses. Our competitors, the ones that we're racing right now in the championship, I think they've all been better than us at the road courses and short tracks. Love Martinsville. That's one of my stronger tracks, but Richmond's kind of tough. New Hampshire's kind of tough. We struggled there in Cup. We did good in Xfinity, but yeah, that's definitely a lacking area. Super speedways. Not that, I mean, yeah, you can be good at super speedways, but we don't know what the hell we're doing there. We just go out there and wing it. So I'd like to be able to get a little more serious about those two. It'd be awesome to win at Daytona. That'd be pretty special.
Definitely a tough one. But really, all right. To cap this step.
Hello.
I got one last thing to say too. Just before whatever happens Monday night for the last race for me at least. Whatever happens, I just want to tell you a big thank you for getting all this started, and your dedication and hard work has definitely not gone unnoticed. I respect the heck out of you, and it takes some true determination and patience. Definitely a lot of patience. You've got some great character to you. You got a great personality, and I don't think anybody else around could run this league as good as you. So, big thank you to you. No matter what happens, just appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Really, the thanks. Just showing up. The whole, all of the work. All right, so the rubber question to the.
Well, Slide Job, I actually don't have the questions. We've actually had multiple fans send in questions. My producer just handed me these questions, and we got one fan. Her name is Sarah, and she wants to get involved in the racing scene on the NASCAR Heat Series, and her question is, which track is the best to start off on?
I'll go down the first. No, it really a lot of space, a lot of start on a short. Some people start.
I think. Oh, go ahead, Liver.
I was just gonna say definitely probably like mile and a half, and I would suggest starting and if you're wanting to do asphalt, start in the truck series until you can get used to how the car handles and moves, and depending on what tire wear you're gonna use, because the higher series the cars get looser and they're a lot faster, so they get more harder to handle, especially through turns and stuff like that.
I, I agree with a lot of that. Personally, for me, the two easiest tracks, it seems like, just for as far as car control and speed and turns, two of the easiest tracks in my mind are Auto Club in Michigan. You can pretty much hold them almost wide open, and they're big and wide, and tires don't really wear that much. Makes a lot of room for racing. Or, I mean, obviously, you start out at a super speedway too. Everybody loves super speedways. It's about all anybody does. But yeah, if you want some experience, I agree with some of those big fast tracks like those two, or those mile and a half. Really, you just gotta work on it. Everybody races different. Everybody's got different style and different lines and different braking points. So, Sarah, just get on there, try out a couple different tracks, find one you really like at first, and just practice on it a lot, and you'll fall in love with it.
That's a great question. Thank you. And,
Alrighty, we got another question here. Lewis is asking, what do I have to do to keep my composure while racing with other league members?
tough one. Yeah, that's it. Focusing on that, what's half of my pick. Definitely tough. Going nuts and tough position. Definitely focus on what you are. That is competitive. Faster, you're faster.
In our league, at least, I think for keeping your composure, you don't. I don't think anybody really worries about. I don't think you have to worry. Everybody feels pretty safe, I would say, in our league. Obviously, out in public and stuff, or if you're in another league, I can't talk for them, but I think you can be pretty confident racing around people, racing close to them in our league. But sometimes, a lot of times during the race, I think people like to, cut up with each other, make jokes, and people laugh a lot, and I think that takes kind of a little bit of the pressure and stress off of you.
Good point. All right. That question helped me have that one, Robert.
Yes, I do have one more question. It's from Michael here, and he says, every race that I try, I have this certain manufacturer in mind, which he races with Chevy. Um, is there really a difference in this game series between manufacturers?
That's a so lot in our league. So I personally all three men. You get to I personally my opinion.
Yes, I would say it's definitely more all handling wise, not arrow. But
I'd
at
say
the same
fuel
time,
strategy
that
too.
it could be arrow, but because I mean the way the air goes on your car could make you looser depending on like I drive a Ford. This is the first time I've consistently been in a Ford, and I wouldn't say in the Xfinity series I noticed a difference, but definitely in the Cup series, the Ford Mustang, it definitely felt more looser than if I were to be in a Chevy.
Mhm. I agree with that.
I think that's it does,
I just feel like it's easier to kick that rear end out for sure.
think, power and
A good question,
yeah,
Michael. All good questions.
will definitely be back. So next week, press conference, championship style, with our champion drivers. So I'm definitely bring them. Be doing that next week. Release a day and time once we who all those drivers are tonight, and details for that. While definitely check the action in the Xfinity Series tonight. In about 15 minutes, we go Xfinity Racing. That amount of stuff. They're off next week, okay? So wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day, and off the 2019-2020 season starting on Sunday with the Monday Xfinity, and going off to the next series. So guys sharing this time with us, and drivers showed up today and lending badges for questions, and for all of you building the championship luck.
Thank you so much.
There's one thing that this one person said here. They just wanted to say that sitting down and watching you guys race and stuff like that really takes their mind off of things and stuff like that, especially with everything going outside. So they just wanted to say that just keep up the good work, and they want to watch more races.
Well, yeah, we appreciate that for sure. Definitely check out the race tonight. It'll be a good one.
If you don't know, familiar with our social media, reach out through Facebook and Twitter. We'll soon have Instagram set up. That become YouTube, Winston Cup Race Racing League, and then we'll start a Twitch channel. So check out what we got available.
Alrighty, there you have it.
Boys, we gotta get this thing moving. So I'm looking up to Discord. Thanks for
Yep.